Rangers continue to move quietly but decisively behind the scenes, with another piece of business now wrapped up as the club works to strengthen its structure for the months ahead. While attention remains fixed on results and on-pitch consistency, the completion of this latest deal offers a clearer picture of the direction the hierarchy is pushing towards. It's an update that comes at an important moment for the squad and the wider project, and one supporters will be keen to understand as the season progresses. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, James Tavernier is deserving of a new contract at Rangers. That's the view of his one-time teammate David Templeton. The captain is into the final year of his contract, with his current deal set to expire next summer. Having signed for Rangers from Wigan for around £250,000 back in 2015, the right-back is also due a testimonial. More importantly, Templeton feels Tavernier's experience should be treated with care by new boss Danny Röhl, who will inevitably bring in plenty of his own players over the course of the next 2 transfer windows. The club don't have a lot of players now with experience of being at Rangers, Templeton told the Daily Record. So they need guys like Tav to guide new ones or younger ones. He knows what the club is about, so if Röhl's going to bring more in, he can let them know there aren't a lot of them left. They don't have that Scottish core either, which has been there in the past. I think they still need that at Rangers. It depends if Röhl wants to bring in his own players. He might want to go younger and already has a right back in mind. It could also come down to finances. Tav might have to take a cut, so there are loads of factors. But I think he should stay because he's still performing well and his numbers are good. He's playing every week and Röhl obviously likes him. He can also play different positions. He can now play in a back 3 as well. It wouldn't surprise me if you see more of that. Now, Scott Fry has been officially announced as Rangers' first ever set-piece coach. As exclusively reported by RFC News yesterday, the 47-year-old has joined the Ibrox club from Lincoln. He was promoted to full-time set-piece coach at the EFL club in 2024. Having initially joined as goalkeeper coach in 2022, Fry has now landed the newly created role to join Danny Röhl's backroom team. A short club statement reads, Rangers Football Club can today confirm the appointment of Scott Fry to the men's first team coaching staff. The set-piece coach has joined Danny Röhl's backroom team ahead of the return of the Scottish Premiership this weekend. Fry arrives from Lincoln City, where he played a major role in their strong record from set plays last season. Lincoln scored 30 goals from set pieces, the most in League One. His appointment follows a detailed recruitment process that analysed teams across the UK and Europe who consistently outperformed in their set plays, with head coach Röhl heavily involved throughout. Fry previously worked with Rangers sporting director Kevin Thelwell, academy director at Molineux from 2013 to 2016, and sporting director from 2016 until 2020. Rangers scored 17 and 21 goals from set-piece goals in the 2021/22 and 2022/23 Scottish Premiership seasons. However, that number has fallen dramatically in recent times. In the 2023/24 season, the club managed 9 goals in the league from set pieces, while last season the total dropped to 8, the joint lowest in the entire division. Only 3 clubs in the Scottish Premiership have conceded a higher average of chances in the league than Rangers from set pieces this season. In other news, Rangers have made their stance abundantly clear ahead of the January transfer window. Nicholas Raskin is not for sale unless a huge bid lands on the table. Despite months of speculation surrounding the midfielder's future, including suggestions he had grown unsettled earlier in the season, the Ibrox hierarchy are determined to keep hold of one of their most valuable assets. The uncertainty began when Raskin clashed with Russell Martin during the early stages of the campaign, a disagreement that quickly placed several interested clubs on alert Premier League sides, and a handful of top European outfits have continued to monitor the Belgium international closely, with some believing he could be tempted into a fresh challenge. One source described the situation by saying, "There was interest in Raskin in the summer window from a number of clubs in the Premier League and across Europe as well. At one stage, an exit appeared almost inevitable. Raskin had fallen out of favour, was left out of key matches, and murmurs emerged that he might push for a January departure." But his resurgence under Danny Rowe has shifted the picture dramatically after forcing his way back into the starting 11 and delivering a series of strong performances. Talk of a mid-season move has cooled. The club are now intent on blocking any approach by attaching a considerable price tag to the midfielder. As one insider put it, "I don't think Rangers ideally would want to lose him midway through the season. It would have to be a big fee for Rangers to even consider selling him." That stance appears to have made an impact. At present, those tracking the 23-year-old are understood to be unwilling to meet the level of investment Rangers would demand. With Raskin sitting on 18 months left of his current deal, Rangers still face a strategic decision further down the line. A lucrative summer sale has not been dismissed, especially if negotiations over a new contract fail to materialize. For now though, the message from Ibrox is firm. January is not the time. I'm not sure the clubs that are interested in Raskin would be willing to fork out that money in January for the midfielder, a source said, hinting that a longer-term approach from suitors could be more realistic. The player's own position has also softened. Having regained his place under Rowe, Raskin is understood to be more settled and content to stay for the second half of the season. Spurs and Leeds United are among the clubs continuing to keep tabs on his status, but any formal move appears unlikely unless circumstances change significantly. Some within the Scottish game have already warned Rangers to tread carefully. Ally McCoist was among those critical of how Raskin was handled earlier in the campaign, insisting that poor management might drive the midfielder towards the exit door. The dynamic now looks healthier, but the story is far from over. Rangers were preparing for bids late in the summer window, even though none ultimately arrived, with interest still bubbling away and the midfielder's contract slowly running down. The club know that transfer pressure will return. For now though, the stance remains unwavering. Only an extraordinary offer will test their resolve in January. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.